I'm making a sim for Lovestruck because I'm broke and I'm not buying Lovestruck. But I am probably gonna download and or re-download mods that do similar things to what I've seen from Lovestruck. I've played mods before where there've been dating apps, so I'm probably just gonna re-download those and see how close I can get to Lovestruck gameplay just with mods. So I'm taking the pre-made Max's sim and I clear him of everything. His hair, his clothes, his face, just throw it all away and randomly generate something to have my own blank canvas to work with here. I felt pretty good about this base. I do some things in this create a sim that I learned in the process of making how to make a realistic sim video from tutorials, which I have not finished editing nor have I released yet, so I guess eventually you'll learn what those tips are, but for now, just know that I used them. Of course, I love Northern Siberia winds, skin details, the skin masks, because they just make the Sims look so much more soft, if you will. It doesn't completely get rid of the cartooniness of the Sim, but it also doesn't make them look like a flesh monster. So that's, you know, it's kind of right in between. I'm happy about the base game update that was released in tandem with Lovestruck here. I know Lovestruck isn't out yet by the time that I'm filming, but obviously there are multiple pre-reviews by EA partners, so multiple EA game changers have already reviewed the pack, even though I have not seen any full release reviews. We kind of generally know what's happening with the pack. I like the base game updates. They're pretty nice, albeit quite late, but better late than never, I guess. You even see me in this video using the copy makeup feature, copy items feature. Those were fun. I don't think eyelashes were released yet, so I didn't get to use that. I still had to use CC eyelashes. What other features were released? I tried to put in the physical and jealousy preferences, but frankly, to me, those aren't as important to have in gameplay, so to speak. I've had mods before that you specify those things with actual real-world terms for certain identities, and it's nice, but frankly, it's just as easy to kind of imagine that that's how my sim would act. The LGBT mod pack by lmao, I believe is how you pronounce it, not really sure, is a really fun mod. I like it for the actual like gameplay that it adds, especially if you're trying to play a trans character. You can like fully play through a character's transition, and I have done that, and I think it's really fun. But in terms of the like actually giving my sim an identity, like actually labeling my sim in game as pan or asexual, that's fun too, but it doesn't have as much of an effect on gameplay. I mean, even in the mod description it says that those are not yet expanded to gameplay, like that they're just for visuals, I guess, and that's totally fine. I really enjoy that aspect, but I have had mods before. I forget which one it was. I think it was the RPO mod, and I had all of the modules of that downloaded, and one day it just kind of decided to freak out on me, and two married sims would suddenly be completely asexual with each other specifically. Like, he'll be like, I don't know you. We've been married for a year, but I don't know you. It was, every single romantic interaction, from blowing a kiss to having sex, was suddenly, I don't know this bitch. I haven't. Even though they've been lawfully wed for who knows how long, they just suddenly couldn't. So, that's what I kind of worry is going to happen in my gameplay, especially because I like to use so many mods that I mean, if the RPO mod was glitching on its own, imagine the RPO mod plus this. Like, I've had MCC or Wicked and or Wonderful Whims end up accidentally conflicting with sexual orientation in the create a sim menu. Like, that has happened for me before. And mostly I can deal with that because those are easy cheats to then go back and fix. But dealing with getting 50,000 pop-ups every time I want my characters to give each other a hug, that, oh, they don't hug, oh, they don't kiss, oh, they don't like this person, oh, is really not fun. So I'm a little worried about this new edition, but I'm sure for base game vanilla players this is a fine update. It's just not very useful for me when it just kind of gets in the way of mods that will give me more gameplay than what this update offers. So I feel a little conflicted. It's nice that EA adds these features in. It's nice that they add these features in a very accessible place for all simmers to get to, because I know console players can't use mods, but at the same time, because the features that they offer just aren't as good as what mods offer, and then they conflict with the mods that actually offer fun gameplay, it just gets really annoying. It took a while for my view of this sim to really develop, because a lot of what I've seen from other people making hot singles for Lovestruck is mostly just your cookie cutter attractive sim, just a average attractive man, and so I was like kind of going into this with the expectation that I was just making some random, vaguely attractive straight man. But as I went along, I liked the idea of him being at least pansexual. There are a few, like, creators that I've seen and or follow, not simmers, but like creators that I've seen that are black, masculine, LGBT, who, you know, have a lot of makeup and or femme content, and I decided that I wanted to go for more of that vibe. Like, if you've ever seen
Way of Yao. Sorry, I mispronounced his name here.
I was really going for that vibe by the end, but I just don't have that much good masculine makeup CC. So, I don't know if I really did that vibe justice, but that was kind of, in the end, where I landed on my inspiration being. I don't know if I'm gonna do like an actual let's play with this character. To be honest, I kinda quick randomized the name and the traits and all just so that I could save, so that I could then like go take a trip to the store real quick in the middle of filming, but I could develop more of this character and then maybe actually play with him. I'm not quite good enough yet with my structure of editing or recording that I feel like I'm ready to do an actual full playthrough, so we'll see. And even if I did a playthrough, again, it would not actually be with Lovestruck. I would just download a mod to get as close to Lovestruck as I can, and you know. Hey guys, here's dirt cheap Lovestruck. Here's Lovestruck, but you have a few coins in your pocket. I feel like I tried to use as much of the new update features in Create a Sim as I could, so I also used the new base game hairs, and I really like it. I feel like it really worked out for him. I'm glad that the Sims team is adding more Afro texture hair to the game, and more creative Afro textured hairs, because certainly the 50,000 different versions of Fade, it plagues video games for sure, but I really like this particular look. I will say, making the deliberate choice of editing the ears and being like, oh, he has this kind of unique ear shape, and let me shape it up, and then ultimately going with an accessory that completely replaces the ear, so then I have to use a no ear and just forego all that work. Not very fun, not the most fun thing. Sometimes, just as in any sort of creative process, you put a lot of work into some aspect of it, and then it turns out you can't actually use that, so. I really like focusing on the smaller details of a sim, if you haven't noticed, and I feel like it makes a bit of a problem for when I'm trying to record a Create a Sim video, because I'm just like fiddling with itty bitty little parts of the Sim's face for like an hour until I feel like they look really good, but it's not maybe as interesting to watch as if I made larger, quicker choices. So I'm hoping that this video, where it's more real time, is enjoyable. If you like to see me meticulously edit every little detail of a sim, then thank you for sticking around. Like, for example, the eyelashes that I go with for this sim. The eyelashes simply cannot be seen. Like, I'm sure you get a hint of the little black flecks of pixels, but I knew when I was putting those eyelashes on that it really wouldn't make a difference, but it just brought me a little bit of joy to know that he had eyelashes. It brought me a little bit less joy to know that I couldn't put any glasses on him then, even if I wanted to, but oh well. And then even better, because those eyelashes are so small and thin and you probably can't even see them already, I put eyeliner on him, and the eyeliner covers up the eyelashes entirely. I don't know why I do this to myself, but I do it, and it's fun. This is what's fun to me. I don't know. Putting mini details on my sim, and then adding more details that just cover it up. That's just how I do. That's my favorite pastime. I haven't finished this series or developing this challenge yet, but I'm working on a challenge that I'm calling the Stars Align Challenge, where essentially you use, and this is watering it down quite a bit, but you use a bunch of personality quizzes to kind of develop your sim into a more a more fleshly charactered out character. A more a more fleshed out character. I don't know why fleshly charactered out is what first came to my brain. So I could do a little bit of that for this sim, but again, I'm kind of not fully finished developing that challenge. I'm working right now on trying to give that challenge a concrete goal. That's kind of the issue with Sims challenges for me, is that we have two goals. Having 10 generations of Sims, getting rich, and then that's it. You'll see like 50,000 bajillion legacy challenges and little else. Of course, some people come in and innovate. I like the idea of the little town, tiny town village challenge. I found this like lumberjack challenge when I was trying to think of like how would I have my sim start like surviving off the land. That's kind of an interesting one. But with the Stars Align challenge, I'm really thinking of like how to make it that this challenge gives you a really easy way to track your Sim's character development. It's not about them having children or getting married. It's not about them getting rich or anything particular. It's just about them growing and changing as a character and you feeling closer to your Sim because of that. But I'll talk about that more when I finish that and when I start to do my Stars Align challenge Let's Play. So look out for that if you're interested. I started putting tattoos on this sim, and while I do think he looks great with tattoos, I forgot to edit his pronouns, but his pronouns are... realistically, they're any pronouns. Like, I think he'd be good with she and they and he, but like, probably on the safer side, he, they, you know? Like, if he doesn't quite know your vibe yet, he'd be like, he, they. But with the people that he's cool with, any pronouns. So, you know, that's kind of what I feel for this character. But, I started to put tattoos on him, and frankly, I despise the fact that in the base game, there's one belly tattoo. Like, there's only one tattoo that goes below a Sim's chest on their torso, and it's really annoying. Because I feel like for this Sim, he would have a full chest tattoo that goes down to his ribcage. But yeah, no, he's just got 2 sleeves and a little booby covering of some flowers and art or whatever. I don't know. For the makeup, I used a swatch of eyeshadow. I used a swatch of eyeshadow that I almost never use for feminine frame Sims, but it kind of worked for his eye shape, where like you couldn't see how it is. Like it just kind of looks like eyeshadow, whereas like on a feminine frame Sim, if they have larger eyelids, you're gonna see all of how weird the base game and or Mac eyeshadows look. They're just odd. I don't know what was happening in 2014 or even later that they decided to do with those eyeshadows, but it's not good. And frankly, I really shouldn't be downloading more CC. I do not have enough space on my computer for downloading CC, but I have plenty of hair CC and plenty of decor CC and script mods. And then I go to make a character look pretty, and what do I have? MAC eyeshadow. Some random weird looking cut crease from Get to Work in the cheeks section. Men's lipstick, what do I have? Some chapped lips from Obscurus. Yeah, I don't know what that's about. I don't know why I downloaded those. They're okay sometimes if I'm like looking just to give. I want more two-toned lip swatches of just anything. I don't quite understand why the base game doesn't yet offer maybe like a skin detail or a tattoo or something that allows your base game sim to have two-toned lips, because the reality is for a lot of people of color is that our lips aren't just one solid shade. So, you know, I tried to finagle the one MAC lipstick into being a two-toned lip look, but oftentimes the brown of it is too dark and then the pink of it is too light, and it just looks weird. And instead of looking like a two-toned lip situation, it looks like Kim Possible. I don't know. But I think I made it work for him. I think it looked enough like a decent two-tone lip shade once I really turned the opacity down. So a win is a win, I guess. I'm not sure I even want to talk about the fashion for this sim, because I was struggling. I was well and truly struggling. I am a bisexual leading sapphic woman. I do not know what gay men fashion should look like, and I was really struggling. You know the one TikTok that's like, oh my god, I didn't see you, sorry stinker butt. Like, that's how I feel sometimes with like just ethereal, insanely well-dressed gay men. I'm like, oh okay, I am severely underdressed. I look like crap right now. You know. So this was me trying to channel some ounce of fashion knowledge and create a sim that is probably okay, probably fashion forward, I don't know. I think that if they walked past me and accidentally knocked into me, that they would turn around and say, oh, I didn't see you, sorry stinker butt, and that's the vibe I was going for. So I think I succeeded with the process of this sim. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed watching this video. If you watched it all to the way, okay, I hope you enjoyed watching this video, and I hope that you all enjoy the base game updates, that your game be bug-free, and that you enjoy Lovestruck for a reasonable price. If not EA Game Changer free, then definitely 50 to 60% off. Thanks for taking a trip through the meadow. I'm Simfidel, and goodbye.